Blue Gypsies. Hey, Blues Gypsies here. After we left the Suwannee River, we headed west for a bit of a surprise. Who would have ever thought there was a 70-foot waterfall in Florida, and it wasn't at the landfill? Falling Waters State Park in Chipley, Florida, does indeed have a 70-foot waterfall. Located conveniently off of Interstate 10, the state park also is home to the Falling Waters Sink, a 100-foot sinkhole with a small stream that drops 73 feet to the bottom. Next, we headed toward the coast and up Interstate 95 to historic St. Mary's, Georgia, and Crooked River State Park. This state park is absolutely gorgeous with all the palmettos and oak trees draped with Spanish moss. There are several trails that wind through the park and along the Intracoastal Waterway. Located next to the state park is the Kings Bay Naval Submarine Base. As you pass the main gate, you'll find the memorial to the USS George Bancroft, a Benjamin Franklin class ballistic missile submarine. Further down the road, dating back to the 16th century, is the historic town of St. Mary's. You'll find remnants of the Tamaqua Indians there, as well as the origins of a shipbuilding industry. The Submarine Museum is also located there, and you can catch the ferry over to the famous Cumberland Island National Seashore, where you just might find the native feral horses grazing in a grassy field. We didn't make it out to the island, but we'll sure check it out on our next pass through the area. But we did make a few friends along the way. Next, we head over to Calhoun Falls State Park in Calhoun Falls, South Carolina. Excited to go check out the falls there, we were soon disappointed. Calhoun Falls is just a name. There's no falls here. That should be illegal. Sid's fairy lights drove the fireflies there absolutely crazy. The state park, however, is located on beautiful Lake Russell. I never got around to dropping a line in, but the locals tell me the fishing is quite good here. There's also a really cool 1 3/4 mile trail that follows along Cedar Bluff. Che was at heaven as there was a plethora of sticks for him to play with. Leaving Calhoun Falls, we began gaining altitude as we journeyed up through the Appalachian Mountains. The Great Smoky Mountains, within the Blue Ridge mountain range, makes up the southern end of the Appalachians. As we traveled towards Chattanooga, Tennessee, we were joined by the Ocoee River, that followed parallel to the highway for a lot of the journey. It was very scenic, beautiful. I could tell that there's a lot of kayaking. Just north of Chattanooga, Tennessee, lies Harrison Bay State Park. The state park gets its name from a large bay at the main channel on the Tennessee River. We were met by this gorgeous red-tailed hawk. It's like, man, I'm finally going to get a chance to drop a fishing line in the water and do a little fishing here. Fished for a couple hours, tried a little bit of everything as far as bait. Didn't catch nary a thing. So I guess we barbecue some turkey legs instead. On a day trip exploring the area, we found Falling Water Falls in Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. We were surprised that the trail takes you right to the top of the falls with a gorgeous scenic vista. Back at the camp, the locals kept coming by to checking on things. They had never seen other dogs quite this big. After an early morning fog, we headed northeast to Limestone, Tennessee. We heard a rumor that there was some really cool llamas that lived there. Alas, we found our way to Lazy Llama Campground in Chuckey, Tennessee. Exploring one day, we stumbled on, for all you NASCAR fans, Bristol Speedway. Blues Gypsies in the Blue Ridge Mountains. See that rafting truck up there, a bus. Taking people whitewater rafting. Probably to Waterville. Ah!
Yep, there they go. Woo-hoo.
River rats. River rats. Blue Ridge Mountain.
dirty white teeth you got there. North Carolina.
Here is the alarm going off on your hydraulic leveling jack panel. Especially when you're going across the mountains and there's no place to pull over for nearly 25 miles. I kept hearing a rattling sound, sounded like glasses and bottles clanging together. Sent Sid to check it out to see what she could find out. She never did figure out where it was coming from.
Those ears. Yep.
Tunnel.
Get ready.
Remove sunglasses. Turn on headlights. Oh, there's smoke.
Every time I hit a bump, I started hearing a scraping sound. Like, oh lordy.
Going to a mountain.
GPS signal lost.
I bet it is.
Where'd we go? We're lost.
Wow. Just went through a big old mountain. Did you see that? That's why you don't want to go into those holes when you see a hole. You don't know where you're going to go.
When I was finally able to pull over, my fear became reality. One of my hydraulic leveling jacks had drifted down and was like an inch and a half from the ground. Finally made it to our campground at Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, and after that ordeal, I broke out the moonshine and started looking for a mobile RV service technician. I was able to get a hold of Dana at Florida Georgia Mobile RV Service and made arrangements for him to come out and check it out.